right? You're always right. You're always right. Is this the only time? Because Anamona's not around and you're always right?
Good afternoon. Please be seated. I have the honor of convening the 94th Commencement of the University of New Haven. As Chair of the Board of Governors, it is indeed my pleasure to welcome you to this joyous occasion. Today we celebrate the achievements of our graduates and recognize their years of hard work, commitment, and self-sacrifice. We also applaud their families and friends for their support and encouragement. Would you please join me in recognizing the New Haven County Firefighters Emerald Society Pipe and Drum and the university's Jazz Combo. If you'd kindly stand, please, as Jonathan Mitsiaris, a music and sound recording major and a member of the class of 2017, leads us in singing our national anthem, and Martin O'Connor, alumnus, campus minister, and member of the faculty, delivers the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jonathan. Shakespeare concludes one of his sonnets with the wonderful line, "Love that well which thou must leave ere long." Well, today our graduates take leave of what we trust they have loved, their time at the University of New Haven. And so after 4 years, or 5, or more, our graduates come together in this unfamiliar place. They sit quietly for a bit. They receive their diplomas from President Kaplan, and then they walk off this stage to take on the adventures and the challenges that await them. And today, each of our graduates, and perhaps each of us here, asks the question that another extraordinary poet asks, Mary Oliver. She says, "Tell me, what is your plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" And so, my friends, in that spirit, we offer this prayer. Good and gracious one, the source of all that is true, the giver of purpose and meaning to our world and to each of our lives, bless this day and every day. Open our eyes to the mystery of your presence among us. Help us to grow in our love and service of you and one another. Dear God, bless those who graduate today. May they flourish in their lives and find satisfaction and joy in all that they do. And help them and each of us to remember that we are all a part of something much larger than any one of us. Bless all of our students, our faculty, our staff, and all who support our beloved university. Keep us always faithful to your summons to follow the truth, wherever it may lead, because in the end, this will lead us back to you. And we make our prayer this day and every day to a tender and loving God. Amen.
Please be seated. I want to thank Jonathan for his powerful rendition of the national anthem and Marty O'Connor for his words of wisdom. How many of you in the audience, students, have had a class with Professor O'Connor? Is he any good? Good afternoon, graduates of the class of 2017, parents, families, faculty, staff, friends, alumni, and members of the Board of Governors. I am proud and privileged to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates today. They have come so far, and it is fitting that we honor their discipline and their commitment. Let me briefly share a few of their stories to illustrate the passion, drive, and creativity of our students. Keelan Herbst, the president of the class of 2017, graduates magna cum laude today, completing a double major in National Security Studies and Legal Studies. A member of our honors program, she worked in the University Center for Analytics and interned in the United States Attorney's Office in New Haven. In the fall, she will begin her studies at the Antonin Scalia Law School at George Mason University. Ufraz Siddiqui, a management major and entrepreneurship minor, is the epitome of perseverance, having overcome a significant visual disability. He created an app called QuickCast with a classmate, and they ultimately sold the company to a Silicon Valley-based entity. He was offered a position as a programmer at Snapchat, the fastest growing social media network, which he turned down in order to pursue a master's degree in management information systems at Harvard University. Beverly Stevens, who accepts her master's degree today in healthcare administration, graduates with a perfect 4.0 GPA. She is the clinical services manager for the Stanford Healthcare Medical Group, where she supports the clinical staff of 40 physician practices in Lower Fairfield County. Program Director Summer McGee said that Beverly's ability to build strong professional relationships and mentor others has been her hallmark to success throughout her career and as a student at the university, where she helped multiple classmates secure jobs in the field, helping to ensure that they can experience the same success that she has. Nicholas Meyerson, a criminal justice major, studied abroad in Italy at our Italy campus and completed an honor thesis examining juvenile justice. In the fall, he will be pursuing a master's degree in clinical psychology at Northwestern University, and he will be working in a lab focused on the intersection of mental health and the legal system. He plans to pursue a PhD, and his goal is to apply his expertise working in a juvenile detention facility. Carla Indicato will receive her master's degree in forensic technology. A native of Canada, she pursued her bachelor's degree in Australia. As a graduate student, she served as an investigations intern in the office of the chief medical examiner in both Connecticut and New York. She will begin her career as a medical legal death investigator with the Douglas County Coroner's Office in Castle Rock, Colorado, where she will be responsible for processing death scenes and assisting with autopsies. Perhaps the most impressive is the fact that she was offered this opportunity more than 3 months before graduating. Would each of these students please stand and be recognized? each of our graduates shares a similar story of perseverance and hard and dedicated work towards accomplishing this goal today. So would all of our graduates please stand up and be recognized? Graduates, you need to know that the group this morning was much more enthusiastic. Try that again. Much better. I would now like all of our students to turn to their family members, their parents, their spouses, their friends, and thank them. Let's all give your family members a big round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. No more waving. There's going to be a fine for waving. Please turn off your wavers. Another fine, right? It's like eating in the library. This is worse. I now ask all of the faculty and staff in attendance to please stand and be recognized by our students, faculty, staff. There we go. Good job. You want to get out of here, don't you? At this time, I would like to recognize our three distinguished guests who will be receiving honorary degrees from the University of New Haven and therefore are honorary members of the class of 2017. Daniel H. Lever, Dolores J. Enico, and David J. Peterson. Please stand and be recognized. I would also like to recognize the chair of the university's Board of Governors, from whom you just heard, Phil Bartels, along with other members in attendance, Sam Bergamy, a former chair and a transformative donor to the university, Dennis McGough, as well as Niall Davey, the president of the University of New Haven's Alumni Association. Thank you for attending. And of course, let me recognize up there in one of the booths my wonderful wife, Anna Mona, who does so much for this university and is our premier volunteer. Thank you. Thanks. I want to say a few words about the real heroes in our story, the more than 57,000 individuals who have graduated from this university over the past century. The university has grown since 1920 from a local two-year college with a graduating class of 12 men and women to a global comprehensive university which today will graduate a highly diverse class of 715 women and 710 men. There you go. Now, if there were only 12 of you, we'd be done by now. And yet, despite this dramatic growth over nearly a century, we still have much in common with that little college founded on the Yale campus in 1920. A University of New Haven education has always been informed by the belief that, to paraphrase the words of the late educator Ernest Boyer, the crisis of our time is not the lack of technical competence, but the disastrous divorce of competence from conscience. We have, in short, throughout our history, aspired to produce well-rounded men and women who were able to transform what they learned into innovative and socially responsible approaches to their careers. In this way, this university has, for almost a century, stimulated significant economic growth throughout this region and in more recent decades around the globe, while simultaneously improving many, many lives. Our graduates have helped create tens of thousands of jobs, and more importantly, through their scientific and engineering innovations, and through their work in public safety, they have saved countless lives. They have, in short, helped transform the world in which they live. In an economy in which the majority of you, our graduates, will eventually work in fields that do not currently exist, the balance the University of New Haven offers between a professional and a liberal arts education and our emphasis on experientially based learning are becoming increasingly more vital. Those of you graduating today now become representatives of this great university within the powerful context of the proud history I just briefly described. I hope that each and every one of you will make this a more perfect world than the one we are giving you. I now have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker, Daniel Lever. A distinguished graduate of the University of New Haven's Executive MBA program, Dan spent nearly 25 years as CEO of McDermott, a worldwide leader in the specialty chemicals industry. In 2013, he oversaw the $1.8 billion sale of McDermott to Platform Specialty Products, an acquisition that formed the foundation for a company that has become an emerging global leader in the specialty chemicals field. Dan retired from Platform in 2015 to start Lever Partners, an investment company. He is also writing a book titled The Formula about the principles of success and overcoming diversity. Please join me in welcoming your commencement speaker, Daniel Lever. Dan?
Chairman Bartels, President Kaplan, members of the Board of Governors, officers, deans, faculty, guests, and honorees, and most importantly, to the 2017 graduates of the University of New Haven's Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Sciences and the University of New Haven's College of Business, please accept my heartfelt congratulations on this very momentous occasion. Well deserved, absolutely. So my wife and I went to a commencement exercise some time ago, and we were remarking over breakfast the next day about what a great commencement speaker that was. And then we said, well, what was it he said exactly? And you know, neither one of us could remember what he had to say. So today my goal is to avoid taking 15 minutes of your time and have you say over breakfast tomorrow, what did he say? Today I have one overarching message, and that is we are all pure potential machines. But first, a little background. As you heard, I was CEO of Waterbury-based McDermott, and from 1990 to 2015, we took revenues from $150 million to $3.6 billion. Our employment went from 300 to 7,500. Pretty good track record. So, all from what I would refer to as the most unlikely CEO. Unlikely? Yes. In fact, I grew up with severe learning disabilities. I stood back twice in grammar school. I went through a series of depressions that were so bad that all the way up until I was 35 years old, I could barely function, including spending a year in bed, unable to get out to function. That was then, and this is now. Wow, what happened? At the bottom, I came to believe that I was incapable of doing anything right. And having spent almost a year in bed, but eventually I just had to have money, I had to eat. So I got a job in the safest place I could think of, and that was to become a prep cook in the back kitchen in a shitty restaurant, basically. But lo and behold, I realized I could cut up lettuce okay. There was a win. I wasn't completely worthless. And then after I worked in the back kitchen for a while, I got promoted, if you will, to become part of the wait staff. And that went okay too. And then eventually they said, well, you could be in the manager trainee program. Keep in mind, I'm 35 now. I wasn't 20 years old, just starting over. And that went okay. I became a manager. And at that point, I was starting to really feel like, all right, you're not completely worthless. Maybe mostly, but not completely. And so around that time, I finagled my way into McDermott, using connections, honestly, and I became acquainted with the self-help movement, which is like Alcoholics Anonymous for depressed people. And from there, my journey really started. And sometimes you just need someone who believes in you. And an absolutely key person in that regard was your very own M.L. McLaughlin. At the time, M.L. was dean of the business school, and she taught the very first module of the EMBA program. And she and I developed a relationship, and she mentored me over many years after that. And I often say she saw something in me that even I didn't see in myself. And I will be forever grateful to M.L. for that. Through the self-help movement, I began to discover the power of the human mind. Over the next 30 years, I became obsessed with our mind's potential. I began to understand that this was the key to controlling your thoughts and avoiding that dark place from which I had come. Here's what I found. Let's start with a little physiology. The human brain is an incredible machine. Modern non-invasive imaging techniques are uncovering striking new information about our brain. Did you know that sitting above your shoulders, you have 100 billion neurons and 100 trillion synapses, which is the connection of those neurons. And this system is wired such that it creates what's called mental representations. And there are literally hundreds of thousands of circuits that are formed by these synapses in these neurons that control what we do in everyday life. This is the formation of our ultra-powerful subconscious system. Our subconscious system predicts in real time and instinctively and automatically what we see and what we experience. Our subconscious mind is dramatically faster and more powerful than our conscious mind because it operates in a parallel fashion as opposed to our conscious mind, which operates linearly. Think in terms of someone tosses you a ball right at your nose, instinctively you put your hand up and you catch it. That's your subconscious mind working. Every time we fire these circuits in a certain manner, we reinforce the connection and increase the speed of that connection. At first, our circuits are rudimentary. Think of a toddler as an example. But why are some people so much more capable than others? What makes an Olympic athlete or Warren Buffett? Here's the key to all this. The difference between a world-class circuit and an untrained one is 3,000 times. Say that again. The difference between an untrained circuit and a world-class circuit is 3,000 times. So whatever your starting point, you can increase your capacity many-fold. So let's say the average semi-trained person is around 50 times more powerful or capable or faster neuron connections than the untrained. That's impressive. It's especially impressive and maybe a little depressing if you see yourself at 25 times and your friend is at 50. But wait, it's possible through practice you can increase your processing speed by hundreds of times or more. Do you really think it matters where you start from? Okay, there's some magic behind this. Building these lightning-fast circuits takes time. In some domains, 10 years or more of concentrated effort. And not just any work will do. It takes a certain kind of improvement effort. Think in terms of driving a car. So you've got many thousands of hours behind the wheel, and do you think that your ability to drive has gotten any better in the last 1,000 hours? I doubt it. Or think in terms of a golfer whose handicap has been the same for years. So here's the key. To become capable of achieving world-class performance or even expert performance, you need to practice in a certain way. That means the effort has to be goal-oriented, just outside your comfort zone, pushing yourself slightly, and it has to have feedback. If you do all these things together, it's called deliberate practice. From the bottom, I learned bits and pieces of what I now call the formula, a can't-miss recipe for success. I learned that focus and passion were important. I learned about mental programming. Did you know that your mind can't tell the difference between real experiences and vividly imagined ones? You have the ability to program your mind, not completely unlike a computer. From the bottom of my despair, I started writing positive things about myself to program my mind, ultimately filling up dozens and dozens of notebooks. This was the day before computers. Things like, I'm confident, I'm good with people, I look people in the eye, and many more. I spent the next 10 years virtually 7 days a week studying about various components of business. I got up at 4 or 5 a.m. to write positive affirmations. I read. Man, oh man, did I read. Even though my learning disabilities made me a very slow reader, in terms of 20% of average, I still read hundreds of books. Last year, I read one nonfiction book a week, 50 in all. One of the current affirmations I write the first thing each morning is, I read a nonfiction book a week. And you know, true story is I was preparing to give these remarks, and then about a week ago, I was told they needed a written copy of my remarks. And I went, oh my God. So I wrote them out, recognizing I probably couldn't read my remarks because I'm just far too slow. But I kept trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. And finally, this morning, I said, oh, screw it. So I took out my marker and I made a few notes, and then that's what you're getting today. And poor President Kaplan, was thinking he was getting a perfectly polished presentation, but what he got was maybe perhaps a little less polished, but I can tell you it's coming from here for you kids. So here we are, looking at me and you say, sure, I want to get ahead, but 7 days a week, a nonfiction book a week, I'm not that motivated. Well, here's the magic. What if I told you that you don't have to have motivation, that the motivation is already within you? You see, we're hereditarily pre-programmed to do this. You see, our hereditary moves us in the direction of survival of the species. And the survival of the human race depends on our ability to form mental representations, because that's what differentiates us from animals. So anything we do to form better mental representations is going to be reinforced. Without attempting to take today's talk into a talk on neurobiology, suffice it to say that our brains function through a series of neurotransmitters. These chemical messengers signal our neurons to open, to close, and as such. These chemicals make up an incredibly powerful cocktail. We are genetically pre-programmed so that when we take actions that move us in the direction of our potential to prosper as a species, physiologically we get a boost. Work in a deliberate manner to increase our mental representations, you get a little shot of dopamine as a reward. It feels good, very good. Norepinephrine increases our alertness, arousal, and readiness for action. Endorphin are today's natural opioids. Serotonin is our natural antidepressant. It helps us stay positive in the struggle. Collectively, this state that we feel when these natural substances are present is called the flow. And not only does the flow naturally motivate us, it cuts short the time to build these mental representations, in fact, by as much as 50%. We simply need to convince our mind that we're serious about this pursuit. At first, since the pursuit is new, our mind is skeptical. So it's cautious with dosing out these powerful chemicals. But before long, we're able to convince our subconscious mind that we really are going after this, and our nervous system becomes alert, waiting to get into the zone. The neurotransmitting chemicals are built up in ever-increasing amounts and instantly available to reward us for goal-seeking activities. This is a self-fulfilling mechanism. The more we are in the zone, the better it feels, and the more we want to be in the zone. The opposite of the flow is just like driving your car for another 100 hours. Yeah, it'll get you where you're going, but it doesn't make you a better driver. This is our normal sort of do-nothing state of mind. Our mind lacks focus, direction. Now, there's nothing wrong with this state. Let's face it. People spend 99% of their lives in this mode. It's why, though, that I advise young people to pick their heads up from their mobile devices or avoid becoming addicted to TV or sporting events. Of course, these are enjoyable activities. I'm not preaching it today, I promise. And when they're taken in moderation, they're perfectly fine. Just recognize they're passive activities that won't get you into the flow and won't differentiate you. So you say, hey, Dan, I'm starting to get this. I believe there may be some merit to this. Exactly what do I do now? Well, the first thing I'd recommend is you find your passion. It's really hard to be in the zone about something you don't care deeply about. It's far more important to find your passion than it is exactly how you go about doing it. I tell people to wander around a big bookstore and see where they gravitate to, what kind of interests them. And once you get a sense that it might be in this area or that, get a book and read about it. And find the most narrative, non-technical book you can find to see whether it kind of hooks you just a little. Takeaway number 2, goals unleash you. Go home tomorrow and establish a goal. Even if that goal is to establish a goal. You could start with a positive affirmation like, I started working on my goals. It's a start. You fed your subconscious just a little, but you don't have to bite too much. The key is to start. Three, remember that success is a marathon, not a sprint. But it's not a walk in the park either. So anything that's worth having is working hard for. But don't expect overnight success. It takes time to build differentiated circuits. But also know that creating these differentiated circuits is not an all or nothing exercise. You don't have to wait till the end of 10 years to find out if it's working. You'll see the compounding effect over time. You'll get better and better and better over time as you practice deliberately. And lastly, I encourage you to think deeply. As powerful as our mental representations are that come about by deliberate practice, you still need to engage your conscious mind to check your assumptions, because your subconscious mental representations are often guilty of heuristics or shortcuts. That's why your subconscious is so fast. That's the power of it, but that's the weakness of it. Our subconscious uses these shortcuts or heuristics, and as a result, sometimes we are wrong. Well, our subconscious is so fast that we don't have the time to check it all the time, but we have to train ourselves for the light to go on when it's an important decision to say, don't take a shortcut here. Think deeply about this. I call the outcomes of this kind that come from these mistakes, if you will, logical fallacies. You know, supposedly brilliant, infallible intellectuals have been proven entirely wrong. In business, wait to hear this, multiple Nobel Prizes in economics have been awarded based on the efficient market theory and the capital asset pricing model, only for us to learn later the math was entirely wrong. And these Nobel economists, based on their reputation, went out and raised billions of dollars and subsequently lost it. True story. In closing, I would just like to say, be proud you're a UNH graduate. I've spent much of my career kicking around the upper echelons of the business world. Now I work in Wall Street. Let me assure you, all these men and women from these highfalutin schools, like that other college over here in New Haven, are at a distinct disadvantage to you. First, UNH prides itself in experiential education, far more useful as you build your career. Secondly, you're grounded. You don't expect everything to be easy. So take full advantage of your inherent capacity. You're here at your college commencement. Know you've only just begun. I hope you remember one point about today. You are a pure potential machine. Go out there and get after it.
As a member of the University of New Haven Board of Governors, I have the privilege of presenting Dan Lever for an honorary degree. The citation reads as follows: Daniel H. Lever, bold business executive, inspirational leader, devoted philanthropist. You joined McDermott, a worldwide leader in the specialty chemical industry, as a financial analyst, and in less than 10 years, you were named president, a post held for nearly 25 years. Later, you directed a $1.8 billion sale of McDermott to Platform Specialty Products, forming the foundation for a company that became an emerging global leader in the specialty chemicals field. You are a model of perseverance, having overcome severe learning disability, and you want others to attain the heights that you have, endeavoring to share a formula for success in a book that you are writing. Your indomitable spirit finds further expression in the sport of ski racing, so you founded and chaired nonprofit organizations that enable ski racers to pursue their passion. In recognition of your drive to create success and inspire it in others, the University of New Haven is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa. Mr. President, Mr. President, Daniel H. Lever has been duly recommended by the Selection Committee to receive an honorary degree from the University of New Haven. I now ask that you bestow upon him the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa.
Daniel Lever, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa. Congratulations. And Dan, I also want to thank you for that incredibly powerful and incisive talk. Mr. Lever did a talk similar to this for the executive MBA class a few months ago, and when he got done telling his story, I turned to him and I said, that's a story that every entering undergraduate freshman in this country should hear. It's an incredibly inspiring story about, as you called it, basically the power of the brain to overcome adversity and to help you accomplish whatever you want. So thanks for sharing that with us. And now our next honoree, Dennis.
As a member of the University of New Haven's Board of Governors, it gives me pleasure to present Dolores Enico for an honorary degree. The citation reads as follows: Dolores J. Enico, gifted scientific mind, exceptional developer of talent, deeply committed volunteer. Your bachelor's degree in microbiology led you to Olin Corporation, where you worked as a researcher in the biocides department, spearheading findings that resulted in several patents. Before long, your latent business talent emerged and led you on a path up Olin's corporate ladder. Your scientific knowledge, coupled with the business background you gained while pursuing your MBA at the University of New Haven, quickly catapulted you into one leadership and management position after another, culminating in becoming the company's Chief Human Resource Officer. With all your responsibilities, you devote much time to the advancement of others. You are a member of the University of New Haven's Board of Governors and a longtime member of the Women's Forum, and you have served on the boards of directors for Junior Achievement, United Way, and the Alton Memorial Hospital. In recognition of your brilliant business success and your unwavering commitment to furthering the causes of others, the University of New Haven is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa. Mr. President, Dolores J. Enico has been duly recommended by the Selection Committee to receive an honorary degree from the University of New Haven. I now ask you to bestow upon her the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa.
Dolores Enico, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the university's Board of Governors, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to present David Peterson for an honorary degree. Dave? The citation reads as follows: David J. Peterson, visionary business executive, devoted benefactor, action-oriented volunteer. You learned from a young age what it would take to succeed in business. Growing up, you were helping your uncle with his business, cleaning the offices of multimillionaires, when you decided that you would be in the corner office someday. Your success now stretches across the globe. You are president and CEO of 4 Media Online, a leading credit card transaction processing company for online retailers with locations in Florida, Los Angeles, Toronto, and throughout Europe. Your commitment goes beyond the bottom line, and you are actively involved with organizations that assist servicemen and servicewomen, as well as those that help fathers connect with their daughters and that assist the less fortunate. Most graciously, you give back to your alma mater, and most generously, the University of New Haven, where you start in the classroom and on the football field. In recognition of your organizational acumen in business and your devotion to helping others, the University of New Haven is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration. David J. Peterson, you have duly been recommended by the selection committee to receive an honorary doctorate from the University of New Haven. By virtue of authority vested in me by the university's Board of Governors, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Mr. President, I have the privilege now of acknowledging the university's honors scholars. Could I ask all of the graduates of our honors program to please rise and stand at your seats? These students who received a medallion at their college awards ceremony earlier this month were selected on the basis of their scholarship, character, and professional potential. They have all now completed an honors thesis, a major research project written under the direction of a faculty advisor. Please join me in congratulating our honors graduates.
Please be seated. As a Chief Academic Officer, I have the privilege of recognizing the awards of our Hatfield Scholars. The John D. Hatfield Scholars Program was established with the assistance of generous donors in respectful and affectionate memory of our late Provost and Executive Vice President, Dr. John Hatfield. Dr. Hatfield's legacy will live on in the contributions he made to the University of New Haven and in the high-achieving students awarded scholarships in his honor. I take great pleasure in recognizing this year's honorees. Please hold your applause while the students come to the stage. The members of the class of 2017 are Christine M. Battle and Timothy S. Early. And the member of the class of 2018 is Martina Huckle.
Congratulations and thank you. It is my pleasure now to introduce Keelan Herbst, who will offer remarks on behalf of the undergraduate student body. Keelan is president of the class of 2017 and is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in national security and legal studies. Keelan?
Good afternoon, President Kaplan, members of the Board of Governors, honorary degree recipients, faculty, administration, family, friends, and graduates. I'd like to begin by saying thank you on behalf of the class of 2017 to everyone who supported and challenged us over the past 4 years. The University of New Haven is a leader in experiential education, a primary reason many of us chose to attend this particular institution. When we came on that rainy August day, how fitting the weather is today, we were excited to participate in the vast number of opportunities that were before us. We were fortunate enough to land internships with renowned agencies. Some had the opportunity to study abroad, and others conducted groundbreaking research alongside their professors. A number participated in service learning, and we were all able to gain hands-on experience in our fields. While these opportunities shaped the professionals we are sure to become, there were just as many experiences that shaped the people we became. The nights in the library that lasted until the sun came up the next day, the countless Bartels meals that we shared, and the families we created that weren't necessarily blood related. These are the experiences that we will look back on 5, 10, or 20 years down the road and remember proudly. We might not remember the tests that we may not have done so hot on, or the presentation that didn't go as planned. In the end, people are what matter, not only in college, but also in life. When we leave here today and start our lives in the big, scary, real world, remember, we're not alone. The Charger community will last longer than the 4 years that we spent here. I can easily attribute my success at the university and the success that I hope to someday achieve to the people who saw the potential in me that I did not know existed. I'd be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to thank those who shaped the woman standing before you. My family, who's fostered my fierce independence and work ethic. My professors who encouraged my blind ambition. And finally, my friends with whom I would not have survived the past 4 years without. When you leave today, I encourage you all to take a moment to recognize the people who made it possible for you to walk across this stage. Look back on the time you spent here and then begin looking forward. Go out there and become the person you all have always aspired to be, reach your full potential, and keep living the dream. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Keelan. Very well done. I would now like to welcome, for the second time, this is a guy who won't go away. I think he's going to come back for a PhD. Rich Rotella, as some of you know, was the Undergraduate Student Government Association, then the president of the Graduate Student Council, and my only fear is he's going to end up going after my job as president of the university. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of the Graduate Student Council, who's graduating with a master's degree in forensic technology, Richard Rotella. Rich.
Thank you, President Kaplan. Good afternoon, President Kaplan, members of the Board of Governors, faculty, staff, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge some of the people who have helped us all get to where we are today. First and foremost, a thank you to all the members of our families and friends for their continued support throughout all of the ups and downs life has thrown at us. Next, I would like to thank the members of the faculty. Without your passion to share your knowledge and your willingness to be there for us, we would not be here today. Lastly, I would like to thank the members of the staff at the university. Your commitment to our success, your hard work keeping the university running, and your willingness to fix any issues that arise and keep us safe are unparalleled. Now to address my fellow graduates. Congratulations. We've done it. We accomplished a truly remarkable feat, overcoming the challenges, combating all of the stress, and making the most of our time at the university. For some of us, longer than others, myself included. That being said, today is a day of reflection and celebration, or recovery, depending on how your final week of the semester went. Remembering the good times and the bad, think about everything we have learned both in and out of the classroom, and acknowledge your achievements. No matter what we have done in our 2, 4, or even 6 years here, we have all left our mark. We have all achieved the seemingly unimaginable. We have all impacted the University of New Haven. Not everyone can be the president of a club or a graduate assistant, but I know that everyone has impacted the life of someone they have crossed paths with and contributed to the university community in many ways. Continue leaving your mark, making a difference, and impacting your community. Never be afraid to question the norm. Bring a new idea to the table or address a concern. We are the newest generation of thinkers. We are the future of this world. We are the next inventors, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, and public servants. Our drive to make the difference is what brought us to the University of New Haven. Now let's go and do it. Andy Bernard said it best on the last episode of The Office. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. As we leave the university, remember to live in the present. Do not dwell on the past, and make the most of every second we have on earth. Remember, we are always living in the good old days, so make the most of it. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your Graduate Student Council President, and again, congratulations to the class of 2017.
Thank you, Richard, for your remarks. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the Alumni Association of the University of New Haven, Niall K. Davey, an Assistant Attorney General for the state of Connecticut, who received his Master of Arts degree from the university in 1976. Mr. Davey will welcome you to your new and indeed duly earned status as alumni of the University of New Haven.
President Kaplan, Chairman Bartels, members of the Board of Governors, faculty, staff, family, and friends of the University of New Haven, greetings from the University of New Haven Alumni Association. To the class of 2017, it is my distinct privilege, it is my honor to welcome you to our, and I mean that, our Alumni Association. Today, you are joining a community of more than 57,000 individuals who have come to the university and gone before you. They have gone on to be leaders in their chosen fields. They have shown you in many ways what you can do with the foundation that you are being provided for here. And that foundation is a reflection on your efforts as well as the efforts of students before you and the faculty and administration who over the years have built that foundation. It is now your charge as a charger to carry that foundation forward, to build on it, to be tomorrow's leaders. And I know for some of you, you're focused on just today. I want to leave you also a message for tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. And that is, the university stands ready, willing, and able to continue to assist you as you establish your own pathway to success. Whatever your passion may be, whatever your interests may take you, the university will go with you. The university will help you. You will find the university can stay in touch with you and find you no matter where you go on the globe. So don't be surprised when you get mail that says, "Hey, how you doing?" Don't ignore it. Be a part of the network. Be a part of that momentum that has been built by those who came before you. I hope you will be involved in the Alumni Association, if not for yourself, for those who follow behind you. You can help keep the university strong by continuing to be a charger. You've heard the phrase before, chargers forever. Again, on behalf of the Alumni Association, I congratulate you on joining others who have had a great experience at this university and wish those experiences continue. I believe among the most valuable parts of my contribution to your graduation is I am the last speaker before your degrees are bestowed upon you. Go Chargers! Welcome to the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Niall. The Provost, Dan May, will now present the candidates for academic degrees as a group, and the President will confer the academic degrees en masse. Once this has been completed, the respective deans will present individual candidates to the President. Would you kindly hold your applause until all the degrees have been awarded to the candidates?
Mr. President, I now have the honor to present the candidates for academic degrees. Students, I will call your degrees by name and college. I ask that you rise as a group and remain standing until all groups have been recognized and the degrees have been conferred. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration in the College of Business please stand? Will the candidates for the Master of Public Administration in the Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Sciences please stand? Will the candidates for the Master of Science in the College of Business please stand? Will the candidates for the Master of Science in the Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Sciences please stand? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the College of Business please stand? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Business please stand? This group won't be quiet. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science and the Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Sciences please stand? And will the candidates for the Associate of Science in the Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Science please stand? Mr. President, these candidates have completed their prescribed courses of study and been examined and recommended by the faculty. I now ask that you confer on these candidates the respective degrees for which they are qualified.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the University of New Haven, I hereby confer on each of you the degree for which you have been recommended and admit you to the rights, honors, and responsibilities of educated men and women. Congratulations. Please be seated. During the presentation of the diplomas, you might notice that a diploma is being presented to a student by a parent or family member who is also a member of the University Community. This is a university tradition that signifies a unifying, there's a word missing, of all of our university constituencies. Can someone read this text, please? An important housekeeping point, as they say, I would really appreciate it if all of the graduates and their families and guests would remain in their seats until the ceremony is completed as a show of respect for the achievement of all those receiving degrees today. Thank you.
Mr. President, as Dean of the College of Business, it is my pleasure to present the individual graduate degree candidates for their degrees.
Cindy L. Greenspan.
Sakishi Om Parkash Khanna.
Trishna H. Shah.
Siddhartha Chen Narade.
Claudine P. Coley.
Gudrun Widme.
Danielle Barnick.
Nathan L. Schoonmaker.
Anthony L. Bonfiglio.
Adam C. Ferrari.
Grace G. Katundu.
Penelope Saldivar.
Alex Joseph Dumani. Eileen Lamontane. Siddharth Y. Doshi.
Lisa Celeste Chinash Gray.
Ashwini Kantra.
Radhika Patel.
Timachandra Palguna.
James Douglas Bone.
Lei Jai.
Chi En.
Shanice Smith.
Janae Chin.
Ashley Lynn Stallworth.
Mariisha J. Romero.
Alyssa L. Hockbruckner.
Farzana Ahmed Nifa.
Ashla Goshla.
Lacey Sprague.
Ahmed Osama Alizan.
Mohammed S. Al-Suwari.
Nida Anwar.
Kelsey Ann Ballard.
Demetris A. Jordan.
Elizabeth Ann Bashir.
Lauren Mary Dutzika.
Claire M. Smith.
Jacqueline M. Scotto. Ryan Edward Caban. Joseph D. Chino.
Christopher Jonathan O'Brien.
Warum Dara.
Kimberly Blaze.
Whitney Rose Jordan.
Rochelle Goodwin.
Anusha Puna.
Alikaya Dasare.
Holly Jo DeLuca.
Caitlin Nicole Fitzsimmons.
Mary Louise Trifoletti.
Shira Deshmukh.
Shrivida Darapunini.
Jennifer Alexandra Carollo.
Kathleen Marazik.
Sandra Adele Marlowe.
Parmeet Singh Saluja.
Mariola Bala.
Shivtra Ralapali.
Tarun Endra Shikar Hirmath.
Mark Xavier Sabal.
Shang Long Chung.
Caitlin Elizabeth Valentino.
Kanisha El Rashid.
Jamie L. Bickelout.
Michelle Zeng.
Katie Lynn Dicene.
Annie Christine Dandy.
Veronica Maria Cruz.
Ujval Pruti.
Ahmed Ali Khan.
Deepti Maya.
Diana Silva Altobelli.
Amanda Marie Heath.
Christina Marie Rodriguez.
Thomas Donald Kobe.
Mary A. Locks.
Beverly A. Stevens.
Stephen F. Kaplan.
Jeffrey M. Lazara.
John Paul D. Tomaso.
Jared C. Orazio.
Zachary J. Guy.
Michelle A. Muammar.
Armani J. Miller.
Richard James Long III.
Amit Sharma.
Lakshamar Kasinathan.
Shanshi Kwa.
Shang Tsung Lo.
Chin Yu Yao.
Ashley Elizabeth LeBlanc.
Anna Paula Pago.
Kyle Joseph Dina.
Joel Rubio Moreno. Elizabeth Lamore. Round of applause for the master's graduates from the College of Business.
Mr. President, as Associate Dean of the Henry Seeley College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Sciences, it is my pleasure to present the individual graduate degree candidates for their degrees.
Trevor Kadeem, Officer.
Patrick M. O'Connell II.
Derek R. Watson.
Tricia Ann Lasasso.
Anna Maria Faith Primiani.
Sao Ya Yun.
Lindsay A. Michaels.
Olivia Catherine Ardibani.
Jeremy Scott Dunkley.
Rick C. Deschaines.
Bernard Jr. Bailey.
Jordan Rose Butler.
Amanda Lynn Velasquez.
Giselic Marie Rodriguez.
Alexis Evelyn Phillips.
Jessica Stone.
Ashley E. McDowell.
Brittany Jackson.
Jason Harris Eaton.
Darren D. Foster.
Imad Uwede.
Gwendolyn Marie Kovaleski.
Trevor C. Singh, Jr.
Jonathan P. McDonald.
Elizabeth A. Simpson.
Kolo Yada.
David Gerard Charlelli.
And Arita Adimi.
Diparshon Dillon.
Nadrika Lashana Carruthers.
James C. Hemphill.
Nicholas Ryan Korenkowitz.
Dana Christine Widiak.
Jeffrey A. Lenowitz.
Yamuna Merila.
Teresina Gilday Robbins.
Catherine Andrea Ortegon.
Mohammed Abu Hussein.
Eric J. Murdy.
Alexis Hone Parr.
Markeisha M. Walker.
Deborah M. N. Reyes.
Mackenzie Beth Lasher.
Amanda Camacho Ramorez.
Carly Tommy Davis.
Meredith Danielle Glick.
Corianne M. Dion.
Jeffrey John Bino.
Adas Edrazu.
John Fair III.
Scott Philip Mardus.
Gage Harold Garcia.
Carolyn Regina Cleaver.
Justine Angel Kawa.
Chelsea Vandenberg.
Sarah Jean Golden Raposo.
Robert Martin Whiting.
Danielle M. Quinton.
Matthew J. Ciano.
Prashant Chauhan.
Juan Feng Fong.
Kirsten L. Moffitt. Carla Indelicato.
Amanda Lee Wilson.
James M. Sagarin.
Zachary T. Carroll.
Richard R. Colella.
Elizabeth R. Rowan.
Basil Stolar.
Courtney A. Reed.
Tia C. Seyung.
Christine L. Morano.
Kaylee M. Smith.
Solange Rachel Ramkissoon.
Haley Winston George Christie III.
Ashley J. Calise.
Casey E. Kelisevich. Kristen Nicole McMullen.
Bianca Shanice Johnson.
Eligs Halet.
Ladrima Adriana Teshi Hill.
Danielle Lynn Renchi. Richard Joseph Rotella.
Brandon Reyes.
Sarah Elizabeth Donahue.
Caitlin Rose Romano.
Deliza Rodriguez. Jennifer Marie Hernandez.
Stacy Joe Archambault.
Ileana M. Rivera Perez.
Braxton D. Darden and Company.
Kenneth L. Samararo.
Blake Anthony Pierce.
Jennifer Armstrong.
Joshua Adam Hernandez.
Amanda Ray Jackson.
Abdul Hela Alahafli.
Mahmoud Al-Gamadi.
Adel Al-Harbi.
Mohammed Al-Nazi.
Sultan Al-Harbi.
Rashid Salah Al-Shari.
Abdullah Abdul Rahman Al-Kanan.
Benjamin S. Wright.
Chelsea Virginia Rogan. Ashley Victoria Nakapoma.
Elizabeth Fernandez Gluck.
Paula F. Kurtz.
Ashley M. Martinez Hernandez.
Danielle M. Alelo.
Sky Oliver.
Jiangyi Yang. Quinn Nelson.
Faisal Agamdi.
Wea Torbor Wong II. Kelani Gele.
Ahmad Mohammed Amalki.
Please join me in congratulating the graduates from the Graduate School of the Henry C. Lee College.
Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present the individual undergraduate degree candidates from the College of Business for their degrees.
Claudia Monroig Vasquez. Devante Marsiglio. Pilar Matailo. Axel Bayer. Robert Joseph Gendron.
William Michael Sackman.
Sean Patrick Kingsep.
Tyler John Kocher.
Stephanie Marie Mazio, magna cum laude.
Amanda Marie Lucky.
Matthew Christopher Rossi.
Stephen Andrew Rossi.
Daniel Joseph Chiofalo. Marcus Richard Cujo.
Jordan Nicholas Dunn.
Valerie Jean Mackin.
Iao Do.
Christopher R. Loomis, summa cum laude. Miles Lincoln Brown. John R. Gamby. Navjot Singh, cum laude. Joseph Theodore Anguillari, Jr. Nicholas T. McDermott.
They're yours.
Taylor Nicole Edgecombe.
They're yours. It's okay.
Matthew Bythar. Afraz Siddique.
Vito Barone.
Nikki Marie Chico.
Jessica Nicole Hedden.
Brianna Lynn Sirota.
Desiree McPherson, cum laude.
Julianne Toast.
Paul Joseph Lenahan, cum laude.
Monica Sophia Cicio.
Georgina Heiseli.
Daniel Scott Remick.
Frank Vincent Martone, magna cum laude.
Teresa Tess Bloom, cum laude.
Karen B. Vidal.
Emily R. Manto.
Mallory Wood, cum laude.
Megan Elizabeth Gretzmacher, magna cum laude.
Sharissa Lakisharan.
Connor Joseph D'Alfonso.
Nicolette Visconti.
Adam Gorisak.
Daniel John Castro.
David Andrew Ortone. Vanessa Lopez, cum laude.
Miles Emmanuel Mortali.
Stephen Edward Gillette.
Timothy Martin Osborne, cum laude.
William Andrew Richard.
Dimitri Smith.
Camila Pax Garcia.
Ryan Colburn.
Jelani Omari Maynard.
Angelo Perticaro.
Salvatore V. Chalzo, summa cum laude.
Sam Harrison Gertler.
Salvatore C. Caruso.
Dulis Due.
Ryan Trevor Warshall.
Christopher Lewis Jenis.
Nicholas Joseph Abella.
Taylor A. Stewart Grant.
Devon Carter Weeks.
Chelsea Mitchell.
Murray Thomas Waters. India Shamar Dotson.
Jasmine Taylor.
Thomas Lorenzo Salvatore.
Kevin Morrell.
Brandon James Verassi.
Donovan Powell.
Rashawn R. Harris.
Johnny Batista Jr.
Bikas Bandari.
Rob Pereira.
Thomas G. Walraven, cum laude.
Edward Tomorrow.
Robert John Petrello Jr., magna cum laude.
Nicholas Anthony Russo, cum laude.
Emmanuel M. Lindsay.
Chris Capocci.
Tyler G. Klein.
Anthony Marino.
Kira Ann Maze.
Megan M. Kennelly.
Amanda Ann Pantalina.
Alexander J. O'Brien.
Oscar Jacob Johansson, summa cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the bachelor's degree graduates of the College of Business.
Just a quick comment to the student who had a hat that said, "Taxation is theft." From the business school, I hope you're not an accounting major or you're going to be putting yourself out of business. David? Bill?
Mr. President, it is now my pleasure to present the individual undergraduate degree candidates from the Henry Seeley College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Sciences. For their degrees.
Isabel S. Ferraro, magna cum laude.
Sean Patrick McCann.
Bryce J. Santinello.
Alexander Milwaukee.
Alexandria Brooke Arona.
Antonio Roman.
Zachary Charles Pelletier.
Michaela Elizabeth Merritt.
Jonathan M. Robles. Timothy Charles Cronin. Michael Ryan Huber.
Carl A. Rodriguez Perez.
Nicolo Federici. James J. Piscatelli Jr., magna cum laude.
Mark Lowy III.
David A. Mills.
Antonio Papanicolaou.
Shazan Leger Mumphrey Sr. and friend.
Nicholas Normand York.
Jasmine Pearl Poziloval, cum laude. Joyce A. Lai, cum laude. Yahya Al-Mansour. Abdul Rahman Almighty Al-Dosari. Muhammad Al-Otebi. Talib Al-Dwasari.
Khaled Al-Qadi.
Alasaos Al-Khaldi.
Abdullah Mohammed Al-Suleiman.
Angelis Alexis Serrano. Amanda Sierra Lloyd. Jana Ray Rosenthal. Alexia Simone Knowles.
Lauren Francis Ballesteri, magna cum laude.
Carla Russo.
Jessica Ann Quillen, magna cum laude.
Stephen J. Ornstein, cum laude.
Danielle Alyssa White.
Kisena Alexandra Floor. Colleen F. Jones, cum laude. Marissa Paola Labrec. Nicole A. Ruggieri, cum laude.
Samantha Kate Carlisto.
Veronica Valerie Thibault, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Fortin.
Hannah B. Desert, cum laude.
Stephen Thomas Ryder.
Luke Lynch.
Paul J. Yearwood.
Matthew Stephen Bach, cum laude.
Tori A. Kelly, magna cum laude.
Zachary T. Polston.
Dominic J. Rea.
Jill Marie Pernicero.
Virginia Marie Peno, magna cum laude.
Sarah M. Borisk.
Brandon N. Cezanne, cum laude. Kylie Pignatero.
Joseph Charles DeLeo.
James Michael Boylan.
Mackenzie C. Kansko.
Nathan J. Zuba.
Ricky Lynn C. Malari.
Brian Scott Sharnick.
Thomas William Pezzolisi.
Jason Lawrence Quirk.
Ashley Lauren Kelly.
Joshua Michael Brown, cum laude.
Nicholas Dion.
Jacob Z. Mercer, cum laude.
Mark Thomas Annunziato.
Anthony Pacelli Jr.
Anthony Joseph Mendez. Danielle Anna Frankie.
Alexander Michael Brokos.
Michael Joseph Solano.
Grace of A. Gallagher.
Alexandra C. Scrow.
Tyler P. Sirois. Robert Wallace Ibus. James Arthur Babcock. Ryan Joseph Piscaro. Jonathan Mustachi. Colin Priest. Colin R. Brown. Kyle Morrissey. James Thomas Pollock.
Rashmael Moyasi.
Maria Pia Albini, magna cum laude.
Samantha Jillian English.
Kimberly Alexis Rodriguez, magna cum laude.
Stephanie Lynn McCann.
Dallas Samantha Passerine, magna cum laude.
Yifei Jia.
Hangda Xu.
Mohammed Al-Sharshani.
Yosef Ali Abdulaziz. Lieutenant Diaj Rashid Alatalwi. Isabel Rose DiMatteo.
Megan Suter, cum laude.
Stephen R. Porter Jr.
Eric Joseph Fagan, cum laude.
Jessica Lynn Johnson.
Valerie Gia Han Lutron, cum laude.
Megan Laura Lee Ruiz. Justin Earl Brown, summa cum laude.
Caitlin M. Roussel.
Samuel Tucker Allen.
Felicia A. Salgado.
Adam Robert Covert, magna cum laude.
Hussein Albarrahman.
Imad Farad Al-Johani. Moyed Falata.
Mohammed Al-Shwebi.
Grady Baker Santali.
Kerry James Becker.
Daniel Molero. Alyssa Nicole Zadrovac, cum laude.
Kayla Helen Giordanella, cum laude.
Marinda M. Osmer, magna cum laude.
Julianne Schneidenbach.
Emily Patricia Haynes, magna cum laude.
Terry Tazi, cum laude.
Heather Kaying Eng, cum laude.
Jessica Erin McDade, cum laude.
Rebecca Leah DeBayas, magna cum laude.
Ashley Lynn Lopol, magna cum laude.
Grace Leundong Hooper Brown, cum laude.
Nicole Sanchez, magna cum laude.
Caitlin A. Gileman, cum laude.
Mallory Alexis Clayton, magna cum laude.
Tori Baker, cum laude. Brienne L. Monderitz.
Asmenzi Brown.
Irene T. Zagotis.
John Mylene, magna cum laude.
Nicholas William Cantara.
Robert T. Blunden.
Dylan Thomas Jones, cum laude.
Jacob Allen Silvestre, magna cum laude.
Dominic R. Antonelli. Mark E. Wheeler.
Darius Matthew Rivera.
Benjamin S. Santandro, magna cum laude.
Margaret Ann Bloom.
Cassandra Marie Skiba, cum laude.
Sydney Marie Dennis, cum laude.
Tyler B. Cashman, cum laude.
Keelan Elizabeth Herbst, magna cum laude.
Sarah E. Batista.
Ryan J. Roberts, cum laude.
Gabriela Ana Audino.
Kirsten E. Cunningham.
Kelly A. Dowd, cum laude. Amber League Hope Miller.
Kayla Monet Cheatham.
Victoria Lynn Bulia.
Brandon John Iozo.
Nicole May Hill.
Laura Ann Lapchinsky.
Melody Che Miller.
Sarah L. Markland, magna cum laude. Courtney Lee Lucier, cum laude.
Brian Patrick Fuchs.
Matthew R. Deal, cum laude.
Trevor Scott Callahan, summa cum laude.
Jordan Lynn DiTullio.
Max E. Koenig.
Taylor Wilson Verbicus.
Amanda Martinez.
Amanda Nicole Chantalo.
Emilia Marie Campbell. Jennifer Marie Montesanto, cum laude.
Daniel Michael Disbro, magna cum laude. Megan R. Laramie. Caitlin M. Doyle, magna cum laude.
Lindsay B. O'Neill, cum laude.
Renee Broussard.
Abby Ruth Auger.
Erin Kathleen Murdoch.
Heather Nicole Honor, cum laude.
Megan Elizabeth Solar, summa cum laude.
Madison Leah DePrima.
Caitlin E. Grogan.
Nicholas Scott Myersum, summa cum laude.
Andrew R. McGuire.
Marcus David Walsh Hellstern, magna cum laude. Frederick R. Cheney III. Michael J. Spadaro.
Kelsey Christine Smith, summa cum laude.
Timothy Stephen Early, magna cum laude.
Jenna R. Race.
Amber Elizabeth Ferreira, magna cum laude.
Gabrielle A. Hartley, magna cum laude.
Nadine Mary Lebeck, cum laude. Daniel Horvath, magna cum laude. Robert G. Kearns Jr., summa cum laude. Robert Scott Schwartz, cum laude.
Andrew Silva, cum laude.
Michelle Lopez. Selena Shower Joyner.
Martin M. Henu, magna cum laude.
Alexander Boye Allendor.
Paul Mark Albrecht.
Joseph Anthony Mangrella Jr.
Carlos G. Montserrat.
Lauren Taylor Hanson.
Nicholas M. Estevez.
Christopher Kevin Sang, cum laude.
Chelsea E. Mafucci.
Jake A. Clifford.
Ryan Andrew Brower.
Vincent John Aprea.
Jack Bruce Zagaja. Courtney Louise Gorham. Christine M. Battle, magna cum laude.
Vanessa E. Olmeda.
David Jovito Torres Jr.
Santiago Mateo.
Amber Lynn Shapani.
Jessica S. Zerillo, cum laude.
Haley Sarah Chevret.
Michael Francis Zacharias Siciliano.
Matthew Pasquale Vastarelli, cum laude.
Dominique Nicole Vergulto, magna cum laude.
Kyle W. Dutcher, cum laude.
Carl V. Rondinone, magna cum laude.
Kelsey A. DePino, cum laude.
David Alex Toth, Jr., cum laude.
Benjamin J. Troop.
Victoria M. Garvin.
Dylan Antonio Ruiz.
Michael Joseph Triforos. Christina Rose Albiak. Cassandra M. Courtmanch. Brianna Renee Thompson.
Jamie Ann Herron.
Jordan N. Taylor, magna cum laude. Teresa Joan Leonetti. Noelia Toribio. Kayla McGrath. Haley Lynn Philippone.
Cheyenne K. Chestnut.
Alyssa Ashley Rose.
Christopher William Ventura.
Stephen Daniel Mellon, magna cum laude.
Elliot Richard Lubner.
Elise Nicole Lenahan, cum laude.
Kendra Lynn Tupper.
Brianna Renee Stefano.
Sienna Ingracia Radigan.
Megan Elizabeth Curran.
Joseph James Harry Jr.
Christopher Mark Tose.
Afonso Emilio Abalo.
Daniel A. Bleacher, cum laude.
Elizabeth Lauren Roscoe.
Leah Taylor Giella.
Michael Donfrio.
Joshua J. Beaupre. Matthew James Ferrari. Michael J. Skorupski.
Ciara Nicole Smalls, cum laude.
Taisha Maria Singer, cum laude. Brianna Lachey Butler. Tiange Soretta Cooper. Bridget Elizabeth Morel. Alyssa Marie Aviles. Tatiana M. Levy Pulliam.
Gabrielle D. Raj.
Isabel Wing Allen, summa cum laude.
Maria C. Panapento, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Lynn Hewitt, summa cum laude.
Alexis Mary Thornton.
Tyler Joseph Schlageter, summa cum laude.
Kelly Bauer, magna cum laude.
Anna K. V. Irons.
Stalin Rojas, magna cum laude.
Kimberly Eugenia Argueta. Brandon Yu, magna cum laude. Michael Morales.
Daniel P. Karisk.
Bronte Marie Torres Pagan, summa cum laude.
Samuel John Fleming.
Matthew Bisesto. Joshua A. Levy. Robert A. Thompson III.
Timothy Michael Godomsky. Emily Grace Weschler.
Crystal Catherine Pierce.
I.V. Stacklow.
Lauren Catherine Houston, cum laude.
Takayisha Indira Besisar Sinclair.
Juliana Nicole Calcagno.
Mackenzie Rose Upshaw.
Tamara D. Torres. Wow. Kishona Ronisha Alderman.
Megan Marie Dumers, cum laude.
Mark Anthony Starzecki.
Melissa Caitlin Williams.
Casey A. Iannuzzi.
Ariel V. Thomas.
Nija Savannah Lee Ford. Amy Curtis Travaglini.
Emily M. Barkley.
Catherine P. Pilkington, cum laude.
Catherine Elizabeth Jakes, cum laude.
Frankie Roman. Jesse O. Luneau.
Danielle Molina.
Alejandra Giraldo.
Isolina Maria Sita.
Nicholas Daniel Dubord.
Douglas A. Jacobs.
Brian Stephen Platey. Joseph O. Legassi. Anthony Soltarelli. Nicholas J. Spiegler, magna cum laude.
Zachary Clark Lang, cum laude.
Fahad Abdullah Alawad.
Thomas Edward Kirk II.
Brianna Autumn Barrett.
Carla Rodriguez, magna cum laude.
Alexander Gerard Acosta, magna cum laude.
Sean T. McDermott.
Connor James Sutphin.
Clayton Stephen Chan.
Joshua Luis Ortiz.
Christina Lynn Diaz, summa cum laude.
Sarah Jane LaBelle, cum laude. Carlos Luis Soto Jr., cum laude.
Alyssa Melanie Murray.
Justin Chow.
Helen Storr.
Caroline Emery Mondeville.
John C. Kelly.
Matthew Taylor Tucker.
Joseph Vincent DiFrancesco, cum laude.
Brittany C. Eline.
Rakesh Dadaram.
Carlos Reese.
Jordan Warshall.
Hussein Hamad B. Al-Abbas.
Mohammed Al-Buwainin.
Salah Dafir H. Al-Omar.
Finally, Victoria Nicole Hefferon.
Please join me in congratulating the graduates from the Henry C. Lee College.
You know you haven't graduated yet. Better stop throwing the ball. Oh, good job. You get an A+. You get 2 degrees. And you get to keep the ball. So, before the ceremony concludes, I want to make sure that everyone understands how we leave this very crowded auditorium, and that is the stage party will process out first, followed by the students, followed by the audience. And it's important that we maintain that because otherwise it's very hard to clear so many people out of a room with the number of exits we have here. So stage party, followed by the students, followed by the guests. And to the guests, thank you for joining us. Before we conclude, I want to take a moment to thank our staff and volunteers for their outstanding efforts to make this day so special for our graduates and our families. In particular, I want to recognize Jill Zamparo and Jennifer Fasikis. They do an amazing job of all the logistics around this event. I want to thank Jan Tangretti from the Provost's office for her support. And in particular, I want to thank the many staff and faculty volunteers who are out here, and students. There are students who volunteer for this event, who helped to make this such a memorable experience for our graduates and their families. And I also want to thank our 2 sign language interpreters here. Please join me in thanking all these individuals for their participation. And now, graduates, it's about to be official. Not yet. They're ready. As the final act of these ceremonies, to symbolize your rite of passage into the community of scholars, you may now move the tassel on your mortarboard from right to left. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing all of you on campus often and soon. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We will now process out. Thank you.